What is going on, Niner fan? Because this one felt different, didn't it? The 49ers went out on Monday Night Football and didn't just beat the Colts, they made a statement. A 48-27 win, an 11-4 record, and now the entire NFC picture starts to shift because of what just happened. When you watch a game like that, you can feel it. That's not just a team trying to survive the season. That's a team that knows exactly what it's chasing, and right now the path is right in front of them. 2 wins. That's it. 2 wins and the number 1 seed is theirs. Home games, Levi's Stadium, everything this team has been grinding for is suddenly very real. And I want to know how you felt watching this one, because for me, this was pure momentum. From the jump, the energy felt different. You could tell the 49ers knew what was at stake. Leapfrogging the Rams, putting themselves in control of the NFC West, putting the rest of the conference on notice that this team is not backing down, even with injuries, even with adversity, even with people still doubting them for no reason. If you felt that confidence too, do me a favor and hit the like button, because wins like this deserve it. What makes this even crazier is where they are right now. 11 wins, 5 straight since Brock Purdy came back. 2 home games left, Chicago, Seattle, win those, and the road to the Super Bowl goes straight through Levi's Stadium. Let me ask you this right now, simple yes or no in the comments. Do you believe the 49ers control the NFC? Because after watching that performance, it's hard not to believe it. And look, if you're riding with this team through this playoff push, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and this is the exact moment you want to be locked in, because every win, every storyline, every twist in this run, we're breaking it all down together, fan to fan. Turn on notifications too, because with games like this, things move fast. This wasn't just about the final score, this was about belief. This was about confidence. This was about a team that understands the opportunity in front of it and is not afraid of the spotlight. And the biggest reason this night felt the way it did starts with the quarterback, because what Brock Purdy just did under the lights deserves its own conversation, and that's exactly where we're going next. If there was still any debate left about Brock Purdy, this was the night it should have ended. 5 touchdown passes on Monday Night Football, with the entire country watching. This wasn't about game managing, this wasn't about being carried. This was Brock Purdy stepping into the spotlight and owning it from start to finish. He was calm, confident, decisive, and in complete control of this offense, and every single drive felt like it could turn into points. That's the kind of quarterbacking that separates good teams from teams that can actually win it all. What stood out the most wasn't just the touchdowns, it was how he was doing it. He was throwing with anticipation, placing the ball where only his guy could get it, and spreading the offense around like a veteran who's seen everything a defense can throw at him. Even the interception didn't matter in the bigger picture. One high throw, one play that didn't go perfectly, and then he just kept coming right back, unfazed. That's maturity, that's confidence. That's a quarterback who knows he belongs. Since he came back into the lineup, this team hasn't lost, 5-0. And honestly, he looks even better now than he did before the injury. The questions were fair. People wondered if he'd be the same, if the rhythm would be there, if the explosiveness would come back. He didn't just answer those questions, he erased them. This version of Brock Purdy looks like a quarterback who trusts himself completely, and when a quarterback reaches that point, the entire offense plays faster and freer. You could see it in the way the ball came out, no hesitation, no second guessing. Just read, react, and deliver. That's elite quarterback play, and I don't think we need to dance around that anymore. So let me ask you straight up, because I want to see where you stand. Is Brock Purdy elite? Drop your answer in the comments, yes or no. And if you're tired of hearing people still doubt him after nights like this, hit the like button, because performances like that deserve respect. This is also why the organization believed in him, enough to pay him and build around him, Nights like this are not accidents. They're the result of preparation, trust, and a quarterback who understands the system and elevates it at the same time. When your quarterback is playing at this level, everything else opens up. And that's exactly what we saw as the offense exploded from every angle. If you're enjoying this breakdown and you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. We're pushing toward 1,000 subscribers, and this run the 49ers are on is something you don't want to experience alone. Turn on notifications too, because this story is moving fast. And speaking of the offense exploding, Brock Purdy didn't do this by himself. The weapons around him showed up in a big way, and the production across the board is exactly what makes this team so dangerous, which is where this conversation goes next. And this is where the 49ers become downright overwhelming, because it's not just one guy you have to stop, it's everyone the offense came at. The Colts in waves, and no matter who you focused on, someone else made you pay. Let's start with Christian McCaffrey, because what he's doing right now is special. 1,000 rushing yards on the season, closing in on something truly historic, and still running like the engine of this entire team. They leaned on him, they trusted him, and he delivered. Heavy workload, tough yards, explosive runs, including his longest run of the season, and every carry felt like it broke the Colts will just a little bit more. I know some fans want him rested, I get it. But this is that part of the season where your best players put the team on their back, and McCaffrey is doing exactly that. He's not just producing, he's setting the tone. And when your star is willing to grind like that, the rest of the locker room follows. If McCaffrey was your offensive MVP in this game, drop his number in the comments, because nights like that deserve recognition. And then there's Jauan Jennings, who just keeps finding the end zone like it's his personal habit. 7 touchdowns in 7 games. Big moments, big attitude, big confidence. He brings an edge to this offense that you can't teach. He plays like he expects the ball, and more importantly, like he expects to make something happen when he gets it. At this point, it's fair to ask the question, so let me ask you directly. Should the 49ers extend Jauan Jennings? Yes or no in the comments. George Kittle deserves a ton of respect too, because he gutted this one out, playing through injury, still making plays, still drawing attention from the defense, still being a difference maker. That's leadership, that's toughness, and even when he had to step out, other guys stepped up. Demarcus Robinson getting his first touchdown as a 49er. Jake Tonges making what should have been one of the best touchdowns of the season, even if it got taken away. That was a catch, and everyone watching knows it. What really stood out was how efficient this offense was. Long drives, time of possession, keeping the defense fresh, controlling the pace of the game. That's winning football. When you can score quickly or grind teams down, you force defenses into impossible situations. And that's exactly what the 49ers did all night long. If you're loving the way this offense is clicking right now, make sure you're subscribed, because this is the kind of run we're going to be talking about for a long time. Help the channel get to 1,000 subscribers and hit the like button if this offense makes you believe this team can beat anyone. Because as good as the offense was, this one doesn't happen without key moments from the defense and special teams, especially from young players stepping up when it mattered most, and that's where we're heading next. Now, this wasn't a perfect defensive performance, and nobody's pretending it was, but this is where context matters. When the defense needed to make plays, they did, and when you're missing stars, when you're leaning on young guys, that's what you look for: timely stops, momentum-changing plays, growth, and that's exactly what showed up in this game. Seeing CJ West and Alfred Collins get their first career sacks back-to-back was huge. That's not just a stat, that's development happening in real time. Those are young players gaining confidence, understanding the speed of the game, and starting to make their presence felt. And that's a scary thought for the rest of the league, because those reps matter when the playoffs come around. If one of those rookie performances stood out to you, Drop their name in the comments because this is how depth turns into strength. Then you had the pick six, the kind of play that flips a game on its head. That's awareness, that's anticipation. That's a defense understanding the moment and taking advantage of it. And credit where it's due, special teams played a big role too. The fumble recovery was massive. Field position mattered all night. When your offense is rolling, special teams just needs to do its job, and that unit did exactly that. Even the missed long field goal doesn't change the bigger picture. That kick had the distance, just not the extra yard it needed. Sometimes you'd rather see that miss now than in a playoff moment, because it reminds you how thin the margins are. Overall, the kicking game was solid and the team stayed composed. What I really liked was how this team complemented itself. When the defense bent early, the offense responded. When the defense needed rest, the offense delivered long drives. When the moment called for a spark, special teams answered. That's what complete football looks like, even when it's not flawless. If you believe this defense is trending in the right direction at the perfect time, let me know with a yes or no in the comments. And if you appreciate seeing young players step up when the pressure is on, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed too, because tracking this kind of growth is what this channel is all about as we push toward 1,000 subscribers. Because when you zoom out, this one wasn't just about one night or one opponent. It was about what it means moving forward, the NFC landscape, and why the road ahead suddenly feels wide open for the 49ers. That bigger picture is where this conversation has to end, and that's where we're going next. When you step back and really look at where the 49ers are right now, it's hard not to feel confident about what's coming. The math is simple when the next two games and the number one seed is locked up. Chicago at home, Seattle at home, Levi's Stadium packed, loud, and fully behind this team. That's not just an advantage, that's a statement. Because once you secure that top spot, every playoff game in the NFC runs through Santa Clara, and that changes everything. Look around the conference and ask yourself who truly scares you. There's no unstoppable force out there. Teams have flaws, quarterbacks are inconsistent, defenses come and go. Meanwhile, the 49ers are winning games well banged up, while developing young players, and while their quarterback is playing the best football of his career. And that's before even talking about the possibility of key defenders returning later. If this team is doing this now, imagine what it looks like when it's closer to full strength. That doesn't mean you overlook anyone. It doesn't mean you get sloppy. It means you stay focused, one game at a time, while understanding the opportunity in front of you. This group knows what it wants, and you can hear it in the way they talk and see it in the way they play. They believe the road goes through Levi's, and honestly, they're playing like it should. So let me ask you this, and be honest. Do you believe the 49ers will lock up the number one seed? Yes or no in the comments. And if you believe this team can win the Super Bowl if they get that home field advantage, hit the like button because that belief matters. Make sure you're subscribed too, because as this push continues, every game is going to feel bigger than the last, and we're right on the edge of hitting 1,000 subscribers together. This team has earned the right to dream big, but now it's about finishing the job. Staying healthy, staying locked in, taking care of business at home. If they do that, everything they've been chasing is right there waiting for them.